Now into more about movies and money, as Disney takes the lead at the box office, much to the pleasure of Disney investors. Film critic Erik Childress is standing by. Erik is the founder of the Movie Madness podcast. Hello to you, Erik.
Hi, Angie.
Disney's Thunderbolt, or shall we say the name change, New Avengers, kicked off the summer season in earnest. Are people looking at the numbers optimistically, or is there reason to be concerned?
Well, whatever they're calling it now, I would certainly have a little pause over at Disney and Marvel. Now, $74.3 million is a decent chunk of change for most film openings, but for the Marvel brand, this is very much on the lighter side. Now, the good news is that both audiences and critics appear to be more in favor of this film than many of the MCU efforts as of late, and the hope is that it will translate to better than the below 2.5 multiple that most have received from opening to final gross. Sinners, on the other hand, will be hitting $200 million this upcoming weekend. Ryan Coogler's film in less than 3 weeks should be able to claim itself in profit after remarkable holds that included another $33 million last weekend. The film may be headed for as high as $275 million domestic, and if it has another high end this weekend with very little competition, the conversation may begin for a $300 million finish.
You have been keeping us up to the minute on Hollywood's summer blockbuster season now underway. What do theaters have to look forward to this month to help boost revenue totals and keep momentum going?
Well, many are taking off this week as a number of limited releases are taking center stage. But most eyes are looking towards Memorial Day weekend, which will have the 1-2 punch of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning and the live-action version of Disney's Lilo and Stitch. I mentioned Mission last week as the film I am most looking forward to this summer. The last film was considered a disappointment at the box office as it opened just a week before the onslaught of Barbie and Oppenheimer controlled the pace, and it got lost in the shuffle. Now, I don't think this one will and should do better, even though these films, while great, have still had a bit of a ceiling at the domestic box office, and I think we'll see it perhaps just a bit north of $200 million. Lilo and Stitch, on the other hand, I think could be one of the big hits of the summer. The marketing is in full gear and families will be looking for something after Minecraft ends its run. Now, a week later, Karate Kid Legends opens. The Jackie Chan redo in 2010 was a huge success, and now he teams with the original Daniel LaRusso and Ralph Macchio, fresh off the final season of Cobra Kai. I expect it to do very well, maybe even in the $150 million range. Now, also don't rule out the success of Final Destination Bloodlines on May 16th. It's been 14 years since this franchise last delivered, and while it may have been the lowest grossing at $42 million, these films have all been successes, and I can see this giving horror another added jolt this year.
The crop of films coming out this weekend on the big screen are smaller releases. Can you make some recommendations?
Yes, Angie, I can say I was not a fan at all of Clown in a Cornfield, nor the new David Mamet film, Henry Johnson, but there is a film from last year's South by Southwest I want to draw people's attention to. Look out for a film called So Torn. While I will say that the film takes a kind of run Lola run approach to a young woman who comes upon a crime scene and we witness the various consequences of the various decisions she makes, I can also say that I've never quite seen a film just like it. Or, more to the point, you've never seen a seamstress turn into a Rube Goldberg-like action hero before. Is it beyond the level of ridiculous? Of course, but that is part of its charm, and every time she went into action, it was like watching a Looney Tunes cartoon, and I just laughed at the bravado and creativity in pulling off these nutty set pieces. The film is called So Torn. Look around for it because it's worth checking out.
Sounds good. Thank you, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.